Welcome to another session of Pete's Picks. Today we're going to continue on the domino, and I'm going to show you Domino Connectors. It's a connection system that allows you not to glue pieces together, to break down and deliver flat or assemble flat. It comes with this whole assortment of pieces that are in here, and I will take them out to show you. We have all kinds of things. We'll go over them later and you will see each individual one as we go along, rather than me picking them out and showing them to you now. That's the whole set. Put that back here for now. And I want to show you what it does. This is a joint. This is called the butt joint, where one piece of wood goes into the other piece of wood. So I can show you this way, like this. That's what it's really known for. And to show you how it's done and undone, I'll just quickly take this one apart, loosening that, and we have the two pieces. The one piece has the adapters in here that are like, I don't know, things that stick out so that they connect. The other piece goes right in. When you go to assemble, it's very simple. Put it together, take your little tool, tighten it up, and you have a very, very secure and accurate joint that holds it together flush here, and here. So it's marvelous for working on shelves. If you're doing a cabinet, you can do it like so, this way, all various ways, but it's very good for doing shelves on a bookcase or something of that nature. Okay, so we're going to show you that, and I'll show you exactly how to do one of those in a couple of minutes. The next thing, and what I consider in this particular case a little bit more important, is something that Festool does not document and does not show you in any of their YouTube versions. And that is how to take two pieces of wood and join them flat, surface to surface, so they are flat this way. They always refer to it as this or this, etc., etc. But I want to show you how to do it this way. And one of the most important things that we can do when we do something like that is do a nice 90-degree angle here, so it's joins with a nice joint going across. You can use this for tabletops, for picture frames, for desks, for all kind of various situations. And again, I'll loosen it. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Look, didn't loosen it enough. Comes apart, your two pieces. And again, they don't document this, but I will show you how to do it. Put it back together. Tighten the pieces up. And there you have it. Very sturdy, very strong. Nice joint, nice and tight. If you make your cuts nice, it will come out well. If you don't make your cut right, you can't make the piece come out right. So you have to be careful to make your exact 45-degree cuts so that it will go together well. Okay, those are the two pieces that we're going to use. We're going to show you today. Domino. Most important piece. It's used for all of the pieces. We set up with a 8mm cutting bit. That will be used for all of the pieces. That's what the set is set for. That's what you'll be using. And I'm not going to go over that again, but I think you remember how to change your bit, should you have to. You will always be on the fine setting here, and you will also be on either, and I don't know if you can really see it, either the 28 or the 15 setting. Okay, so we can go from there. As far as the depth, that depends upon the piece of wood that you're working on. A butt joint is when you take two pieces of wood and join them as such. That's your butt joint. Okay? It's a simple joint. It is not one that glue holds very well. It is not really a very secure joint without the use of the domino connectors. If you use the connectors, it's a very secure joint. All right. What I always do, just to make sure that I know where I am and that I'm doing it correctly, I like to take my pieces of wood and I like to mark which ones are the face so that when I go to put it together, I don't make a mistake. So I'll just put an F on each one of these. So I know that that is now my face. So it will go together like so. I also like to take it at this point and say, okay, I'm going to make my joints here and here. And on this piece, it's going like this. I'm going to make my joint here and here. Now I do that, again, just so I don't make a mistake. It's so easy to go to the wrong place, all right? Okay, so now we're all set. The narrow piece of wood is going to take the setting of 18 on the domino, and the wider piece of wood, where it will go into this wood this way, is going to take the larger one, the 25. So we have to make sure that we have the correct settings, because if you use a 25 on this, guess what's going to happen, folks? You're going to go right through. So it does pay to know what you're doing. All right, let's do this one first. This is usually the easier one. This one is, as I said, which one? The 28. So I'll take my domino here, and it is already set at the 28. So I'm all set as far as that goes. As far as the depth of my cut, what I like to do is I like to just take my domino, stand it on end, press it down, put my piece of wood up there so I can see where that piece of wood is in relationship to the bit. If it's too close one way or the other, if it's not centered, then I'll move my base one way or the other. I'm just going to turn it around for a minute so I can see. Okay, that's pretty good right where it is. So I'll leave that. That setting will be exactly the same on both pieces. That setting of depth will not change. Okay, let me hook up to my power and my vacuum. And now I'm going to cut. I know I marked it somewhere. There it is. I'm going to cut into these two pieces. All right? I'm going to do it this way just so that you people can see. And I'm going to put this board under it only because this might hit the board and not be at the right depth. And I'm just going to use clamps. There are many ways you can do this. I'm doing it this way primarily so that you people can see easier how it's done. You can use clamps, you can use a vise, you can use stops, whatever is good for you. All right? Now, on the domino, just so that you know, you see these little black pieces that are here, and they spring in and out. I'm going to use those as my reference points so that I will get the exact same distance in from the edge on my piece of wood on both sides, and also exactly the same on both boards. So I don't have to mark it. I don't have to use a pencil. If I need a third or fourth or fifth because it's very wide, then obviously I am going to have to do it with a pencil. But this way I can do it without. Okay, so I'm going to do the first one. Move it out, move it to the edge, hold it down firmly, and turn it on, and you want to move slow in, slow out. You do not want to get chatter. Okay? Now have the first two holes that I want. Okay? And now, on this piece, my marks are somewhere, here they are, and they're going in the other way. All right? So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to use the vise. So you're not going to see exactly what I'm doing, but I think you'll understand it. I'm putting into the vise, and I'm going to actually go this way into it from my side. But what I'm going to do is use another piece that Festool gives you, which helps you hold it in a 90 degree. It's this little piece here. It goes on to the base. Okay, give me a chance. It will be done. Okay. And then what that does is it allows me, and I think you can see underneath, to keep it flush on this piece. Because otherwise it would rock a lot. This way I can hold it there without a problem. Okay, so we'll do the first one. But what do I have to do? I have to change my depth setting, which I almost didn't do. So I come over to the side, press, change that to 15. Otherwise I would have gone right through. Then I'm set, move it over, hit that little piece on the side to give me it, and support it so that this piece is parallel and on the board. And I'm going to leave this on. No, actually I'm not going to. I'm going to take it off because for the next demo I won't need it. So let me just take this off. Let me just take this off. Okay. And get this board. And now we have the holes there as well. Now the piece will go with the holes. And if we take a look, that says face, that says face, so it will go like so. But now we'll use some of the pieces from our connector kit. Well, not quite yet, actually. I have to do one more thing. I have to drill holes here so that I can put these people in here to hold it together. So first I have to drill. They give you a drill bit, a specific size with a collar so that it will stop where it is supposed to. They give you a tool like this, which is a jig that fits there so it will drill in exactly the right place. It has a stop here that goes right into the groove. So this will go in here. It has a little bit of a collar here that holds it down. The drill bit will go in my drill. There is a spot here for the vacuum if you so want it. I'm not going to bother using it for this, but it does help. It will pull all of the material out. Put the drill in, it will fit in, And make sure when you do it, you will break through the area first, and you want to go a little bit further. And it will stop automatically. Let me take that out. And we'll put it in the other one. And the same process. Okay, it didn't go all the way down there for some reason. So let me just do this one again and make sure it goes all the way down. There it goes. Boy, that's tough. I don't know why it's only pine. It shouldn't be that difficult. Okay, that. Okay, so now I've got holes in there. Now we begin to assemble. We can take two of these. You'll see they have threaded side. The threaded side obviously would go up so that we can put in the little stops. And they just drop in there. We have collars for those. Just two little pieces like this that go right in. They hold them in place so that they don't spin around. And sometimes they're a little bit tough. That's why I have a hammer here, just so we can just take these and just tap them in place. Just want to see something if we're going to be, yeah, this way. Well, it's actually going to go that way. Okay. All right. For this piece, what we use are these. These are little expanding pieces. I don't know if you can see it very well, but there is a small piece of a lighter metal in there. And what happens is as you tighten that, it spreads it out and locks it into position. So we'll just slide this one in here and this one here. And again, we'll use our friendly little persuader just to tap it so that it's flush with the top. We then add these pieces, and you will see on these that it's basically a, what is that, an octagon? And what we end up doing, we want to make sure that that deep, well, what would you call it, the deep groove in there is facing toward me in this particular case, so that it will hold onto the, grip the other pieces. That just screws right in. Actually, in this case, because I did this, let's just see. Yeah, I think this is the way it goes. We'll find out if I did this right or not. I make mistakes on these too. Okay, take the screwdriver that they give you, tighten it up, and make sure that that grooved edge is facing, well, let's see, actually I want it facing the other way, I think. Well, let's try it this way first, and we'll see what happens. If I made a mistake, we'll do it the other way.
What's the grooved edge supposed to catch or attach to?
When this piece goes in,
Yeah.
this piece actually spreads inside that cut that we made and makes that, expands it out so that this can't come out now. This is held firmly in place because this is expanded, and there are little grooves in there like teeth that expand right into the wood that hold it in place.
Huh.
Okay? Now we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh, might help to do it the right way. Let's see, is this going to be the right way? No, that's what I thought. Okay, we're going to do this way. Yep. Okay, so we put it together, And then we need little set screws, and they go right in here. Come on. There it is. And another one right here. And then you take the screwdriver that they give you, because it's really like a little Allen wrench, and you tighten it up. And you have a joint that is very strong. I mean, I'm really putting some pressure on it. It's really strong. It's flush. If it isn't exactly flush, as this one isn't right here, a little bit of it with a persuader, and it will just move it a little bit and make it flush. But it's flush right here, the important part where the two pieces go together. So that's how you do the 90-degree butt joint. All right? But I want to show you one that they don't do. Now, whether you do it with the flat ends as like this, or flat edges, I should say, or you do it this way with a 45, makes no difference. It will be done in the same manner. We'll be using all of the same tools that we used before. The only difference here is what I am going to do, if I can find right, oh, here it is. I'm going to take my pencil, I'm going to line these up, and I'm going to draw lines across. Not too close to the pointed edge because you'll pop right through the board, but this edge doesn't matter here. Right? This is a case when I can't use those little guys on the domino because it's at a 45 and it wouldn't have anything to grab. Okay? So here, I'm still going to use the 28 and the 15, but I don't have to go into the edge. All right. So I'm just going to set it up on the edge here, and I'll just take a clamp to hold it. And right now, I'm set on my 15. So I'll do my 15s first. And I line it up just as we did in the other example, not this week, but last show when I did the intro. Lined up. I'm going to change this right away to my 28, so I don't forget. Not that I would, but this time I'm just going to use two of them. They'll just hold it a little bit better for me. Okay, and the same thing. Oh, did I get too close? No, okay. Don't be in a rush to push that domino in and to pull it out. Do it slowly and easily, consistently, and you'll get a much, much better cut than you would otherwise. All right, the short one, this was the shorter one. That one is going to get these expanding pieces. Again, they just don't go in all the way sometimes. Tap it in. And by the way, if you have a problem and you want to get a little bit deeper, what you can always do is take one of the actual dominoes and press it there, hold it there, and go ahead and just use that, and that will drive it in a little bit more if you want to do that. If you notice that you're having trouble getting it in with just a regular hammer. Okay? Take that. Take two of these. Screw them in. Okay, tighten them up. Let's see, I'm going to go in that way. This is going to be the top. This is where it's going to be the other way, okay? So I'm going to point it there. Take the other one. Sometimes you'll do what I just did here. It got so tight I can't turn it anymore, and I have not yet located that to the proper position, so I'll just back this out a little.
And remind me again, which is the proper position for that indentation, that curve in the...
That will go wherever, let me show, wherever this is going to go. So what's going to happen is this is going to go in here like this. So you want the screw to go into that portion there that's depressed. So that's what will really hold, and that will really pull it together as that screw goes down. So it's wherever that is. All right, now let's see. This is that, that's that, right. Okay, so now I have to drill my holes. Take my adapter here, or my... Come on. And don't start your drill way up here. Make sure you have your drill in before you turn it on, because otherwise it can wobble and you can destroy either the drill bit or the guide. Okay, so now I can take my two of these guys again, put them in, the hole facing out, and this case it's easy because you've got a line there to guide yourself by. Put those in. Take two of the collars. Put those in. And again, use your friendly persuader. Make sure that they're flush or slightly below. Not a lot, but you want them to be at least flush. If they're not flush and they stick out, your board can't go together. Let's get rid of this. Take it. And you can see right now, the grooved area here, the depressed area, is facing where the screw is going to go in. Put it together. And you have a little bit of flexibility. I don't know if you can really see it, but there is a little bit of movement that you can have there in case you were just a little bit off. I mean, we're not all perfect like me.
Like I.
Oh, like I. See, I told you we weren't perfect. Okay, tighten it up. And as I said, the beauty of this is you can make a desk, or you can make a bookcase, or whatever it is, and if you have to move, all you have to do is undo these, take this piece apart, and you've got it. There it is. And that is strong. I mean, it's a good joint. And you can see here, and by looking down, you can see this is flush. Of course, it takes a little bit of sanding. You'll have to finish sanding, but it's not way off. And that's the way you can use this. All right? Those are two ways. This one, as I said, is not documented. They have not put it into their website yet, how to do this. I figured this one out all by myself. I give myself so much credit. And you can also do it sideways as well, as I said. That's it. The domino, the connecting kit. You don't have to buy the whole kit. You could buy just individual pieces if you wanted, but I priced it out, and it was much more economical to buy the whole kit. There are other things you can do with this. You can always go onto Festool's website for basic introductory use of how to put these together, if you want, or you can always contact me. Okay, that's it for today, for this session, and I thank you for watching.